Hi guys, I'm doing some fencing here, so I thought I'd show you the way I do my strainer posts. I do the old-fashioned, like a traditional way, to be honest though. Well, there's so many different ways. A lot of people would say they don't do it this way, that's not the right way. It's the way I do it. I've done it this way for many years. I just find it easy, and they never move after. They last for a long time. At the moment I'm using telegraph poles, I like them. No problem at all. And I'll paint everything, even if it's not tannalised wood, just paint it all in oil or clear soot, just really soak it up. I just use what I got, to be honest though. I've used these like 4x4 posts then as the stays. They are tannalised, they are. I use 4x4 posts. That's the way I do it. But I'll show you how I do it. I have a kick plate at the back, which is cut into it to stop it turning, and a plate across the front as well, a support in the ground, especially in soft ground. I have a lean back. I always lean it back so they come slightly forward then when you pull in. We'll dig one in a minute, and this is what it looked like when it's finished then. I notch it in like that. See that bit there? That's what it looked like. So we'll do the other one now, and I'll show you how I get to that result. So I do about 25 metres in a strainer post. Some people go like 50 metres, whatever, but I like to keep them quite close. You have to excuse the noise, the traffic. Yeah, so I try to keep it quite close to have good tension on the wire. First thing I do, obviously, start digging out the hole. Just use a digging spade like this. Break up the ground, just break it up, like I said, either with a bar, digging bar, or shovel like that, long hand fencing spade, and I clear out then with a 4-inch post hole digger. Fencing tools like that I take with me. Usually got a little trailer as well, but let's chuck this in for a minute, just put the strainers up first. Fencing, the old digger is this one, it's a Draper Expert. And I've had it for a few years. It's all steel and it's really good, and to be honest, it's only 4-inch, nice and light but strong. So we'll clear out with that now. So just start cleaning out, chuck the earth out the way. Just carry on digging like that. If you post a 7 foot, just go 2 in and go 5 foot out. 4.5, 5 foot out minimum. Yeah, you've done your hole. Try to keep the front of it as straight as you can, as flat as you can. So that's what the post will be pulling against, the original earth then. So pretty much 2 foot minimum. Got to be 2 foot minimum. 2.5. My post is 7 foot, so 2 foot in the ground. All depends how much you want sticking out and how long they originally are. You could go 2.5 if you want. The way I do it, a lot of people might not do it this way, or wonder what I'm doing. This is what I do. Right, so at the bottom, this will be the back of the post, opposite side of the strain. Piece of 3x2 or something, anything like that. This is tannalised, so it's even better again. Don't really matter if it's not, just soak it in a bit of oil or clear soot. So this will just be the same width as the post, slightly bigger. We'll just mark him on, just mark it with a bit of chalk. Don't really matter how far you come up, as long as you're close to the bottom. I'll just put it on there, and I'll cut that now inside with a chainsaw. Obviously be careful if you're doing that with a saw, the chain could come off or anything, but I like to do it with a chisel. through there. They don't got to be perfect. I've got a flattish so they can't turn when the pressure's on it. That's what it is. It's an anti-turning block. Well then, snugly on there. That's snug. Drive 4 nails down in there. Don't really matter if it's just 2 nails. I haven't got long enough nails to go through the sides. And you cut it off after then. That's what you want now, like a kick plate or whatever, anti-turn block, nail him on. Right, so it don't matter because when the pressure's on it, it can't go nowhere. Just cut him off now. Well, that's it. I should go in the hole, if not, to make the hole bigger. Okay, now, drop them in the hole. You drop it down, you want to keep it as flush as you can to the front. So you want to pry the post forward. Because like I said, you want as much of the flat post against the front of the hole. That's why you want the front of the hole as flat as you can. Handful of flat stones to hand. That's what I do. Just drop them down in the front. Be surprised, I'll go down nice that will now. I'll tap that down and then we see how we're looking. Oh, we want something like that. Tap it down in then. See? Into the front of it. That's the direction of the pull. I only want to be level this way. This way I want a back fall. I want a back lean. Quite violent. So when I strain it, it could give a bit. Straighten out. Now I want to get some nice little stones to fill all the gaps down in there before I do anything else. Maybe at the back as well with our turn block. Could put a little stone down there and tap it, take up that gap, and then a lot of earth then in and pack it all nice and tight then. Right, we're back to it. It's early in the morning now, so maybe a bit dark the footage. I thought I'd do it this time now because it was a bit noisy. It was getting noisy yesterday with the traffic. Like I say, there's so many ways to do it. I feel like this is the traditional way. Like small loaders, it'll take a bit more time, or if you can't get machinery into the area you're doing it, it's ideal. Just tap them all down in then, nice and snug. That's where a little rammer like this comes in handy. Made that myself. Little small stones. It's always handy to have lots of little stones about though. Big stones, you want to favour the stuff like this. Doing it. Roll down in there. So that's my first stage. Got a big stone in the front. Like, all depends how big you do the holes. But I try to keep it as small as I can, to be honest though. So you're not filling too much of it back in then. If you can get the front of this post tight against your front wall, that's better again. But if not, just put big stones in there. Because we're going to put a plate across the front like that to spread the load anyway, down in the ground. So we've got a big gap at the back here, so I want to fill that in. Like I said, you need a lot of stones about, otherwise you can't really do the job. So a big stone down the back now. Now we pack that, a few stones there. That's quite neat, happy with that. So we pack the back with some good stones like that. The back will want to twist in the ground as well. Tap them in. Watch you don't break them. Yeah. That's getting snug. I'm happy with that. Same on the sides. Stones. Many flat stones as you can find. Just pack it all up. We've got big gaps like that, obviously. Just pack bricks down behind, stone behind. Like I said, there's so many ways. Some people whinge about this, but it's just the way I do it. No problems at all. As you can see, that's pretty tight, that is. It's pretty good. So many ways of doing the front. You can either do big stones across the front like that, or wood. I mostly do wood, to be honest though, but with stones. So I put the stones in below the wood, and you pretty much not going nowhere then. So I'm going to whack that down in there, much as I can, and then most likely, if you don't go down enough, you can still go wood across the front of it. Entirely up to you how you do the front, but you need a lot of stuff in the front. Don't rely on the post being against the earth, that will not do it. You need definite good support, even in, I'd say, hard ground. Definitely need something across the front. Try not to break it too much. I don't worry about speed. I just worry about the fence staying there for a good few years and the post not moving until the post rot out. You don't want to move in, losing the tension on the fence. Backfill now with earth, a bit stony stuff as well. Better, little stones, all the stuff will come out, not too much. Then again, we want to begin with stones on top now. And just tap again. You want to whack all this earth down into the gaps around the stones. Just keep tamping. Stones, earth, keep tamping, that's how we keep going all the time. Like I said, you need a lot of stones around now doing these jobs. Let's leave the front a minute, just fill in the back now. Put more stone in. Like I said, little stones in with the soil, better, tamps down nice. I'll show you a trick by here. I want to cut this in half. Cut this bit of a post in half as my front, like support, like block across the front of the post to spread the load. So they're awkward to hold to cut down the centre with the chainsaw. So this is what I do, and I'm pointing them as well. A little bit of a temporary hole somewhere. Like I said, tape or export. Get another one. That should do it. Pop a little hole in the ground. Saw on now, quite safely with chainsaw in half. center and hold it on the floor. Definite. You either put it on the floor like that and then roughly mark out. That's the way I do it. Lots of ways of doing it. I thought I'd show you how I set the strainers up. Just dig around this end, cut the ground a bit. Don't matter if it's slightly too big, because I pack it as well. So just not a very good ground here with all these brambles and all that it was here. Because I think all the job, the main part of the job is the strainers. If you don't get these right, you can forget it, because you just won't get a tight fence. Yeah, I'll do the tap that down here now. I think that's quite a neat job. What I'm trying to do there, can't I? You see what I'm trying to do there? That's my stone. If the stone one there, obviously you put that against the front of the post, tight as you can. You can pack it, whatever. Tap it down now. There we are. I'm happy with that. You see what I'm trying to achieve. Once you're down below the ground with it, just fill this back in now. Just fill this back in. Put some stones if you've got big gaps again. Everything is stones. Tamp it all in. Good. Work your way across the front, get more pressure into it. This is exactly how I do my gate posts, exactly the same way. If the gate's hanging that side, that's what I do for more strength. Either with, like I said, wood or just good stones on the inside. Never really concrete stuff. Get really tight with the stone. Now it's tamp it down now, the Tarmac tamper. That's what I use. Tap them all down. Nice and tight. Packed it all in. So we're going to be a bit higher and smack that down into it. Nice and heavy these are. And the water will run away too, so a bit of a tone there. Not going nowhere. Like I said, if it does, like say I got the back lean on it, the traffic. If you got the back lean, it might take a bit of pressure in the ground. But it'll straighten up then, right? So that's what you want. Have a good back lean before the tension comes on everything. Otherwise, if you have it level first, then tension, you're going to pull off square, off level. Like I said, this is the pretty much traditional way as you're going to get. Like I said, lots of ways, but this is definitely a traditional way, an old traditional way. So that's the post done. I'm happy with that. Let's do the bracing leg now, attached to it, and this is how I do it. There's lots of options, I'll give you some ideas, but this is the way I do it, and I'm happy with it. So I do, I cup the post on the front, on my leg, bracing leg with 26 bottom, and the bracing leg 26, minimum 26. Well, 2 foot, 26. I'm going 26 inch, and it'll be on top of there then. You can use a proper leg, posts, whatever you want to use for this. I use whatever I got. I got lots of these 4x4s, so this is what I use. if you're using a 4x4 or any piece of square, I point it first. I'll show you how I do that now with a chainsaw. Do whatever shape you like. It's just the way I do it. So this will be into the post like this. So that's how you want to look before we do any more work with it. Roughly that angle. I can change the angles as we need to. So roughly know it's going to be something like that, the shape of it. You'll have to excuse the nail to take that out. Not really good chalk, yes. Now I dress up the end of the brace post. Don't have to, it's just what I like doing. I've always done it. Be a planer. Like I said, don't have to do this. I just like doing it. So you can change angles at the end if you want as well. You've got a bit of tightening up to do. You want to change the shape. But just give it a quick clean up. Looks so much nicer. Clean them up like that. This is tannalized, as you can see. The outside is. Any bare edges then, or this part here, are paint. Happy with that. It's pretty square on the end. We've got to square the end up to use a planer or saw, hand saw. So that's what you want, like that. It could be a round steak or anything. You do exactly the same on the end of a steak. Now we chisel out this here. Get that off here. So that's the shape we want. Stay inside the yellow crayon. See alright for me? So that'll be the top. Bottom. Some people will just do a notch with a chainsaw and stick a post against it. But this is, like I said, traditional way, run by an old system in a book, and this is what I try to do. So chisel him out, because this is the notch that's going to do all support all the load really. So good job by that. Might be slightly too big. Take a chamfer into it. I like these telegraph sleepers because they're so preserved. There. I'm happy with that. I took a bit more off, but I can't go nowhere now. What I usually do, I dig down a little bit for there. I might have to change the angle of that slightly then. where the bottom of the post is, you want to slightly clean all that grass away from there, so this goes down in the ground a bit. So you want to dig down now, just a bit, clear the ground a bit for there. Get a bit sort of weedy stuff off the top, only a bit. Yeah, let's be fair, that's pretty snug. I could have slightly come on the back of the post a bit in my notch, but I stayed out a bit from the edge. Realistically, I could have gone back, I don't know, a half inch. Would have been better, I suppose. But that's alright, I'll work with it. As you can see, all the weight will come up into that notch then. It can't go no way. So that's how you want it. Looks pretty good too. You've got to put a post in the bottom now. Like I said, lots of ways of doing this. You can put big stones in the bottom there. You can put another fence post there. Little contractors just put fence posts and just go away again and just start with your fence. I don't do it that way though. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's pretty much the same version of what I'm doing. But I'm just going to put a stay, like a peg, in the ground there now. Don't gotta be crazy strong. Staple on the inside, you'll see later then why I'm doing it. Post, the end of the post. Feels like something bigger, which is not good. Yeah, this is a bit of an overkill, to be honest though. This kind of strainer system most probably would pull 50 metres. Like I said, I do it every 25 metres. Could do a weaker one, a slightly less strength or intermediate. But I just do the same. Intermediate, this is the same as the end one. This is not going to go in the way. I whack my little post in the bottom of that now. And stay. And there. A little bit of pressure on it. Drive that down in, pressure on, so keep the pressure up there. You can drive them all the way home if you want to widen them out the way. That's just the way I do it. You can use a fence stake in the bottom. Don't do half like I have if you don't want to. Sometimes I put full ones in. All depends what I got about. If I got a lot of little short fence posts, in there go. Just this is what I had hand to hand. Neat in there. I'm happy with that. Put a bit of pressure there. Stick a nail down in there. Galvanised nail in there. And a slight turn in there. But I can rectify that now. Better. There now. Two nails in there. Let's get the wire on it. See that staple that I already knocked in? So Go round there, have roughly half of each side sticking out around your strainer. Right, here's one of these Draper tensioners, brilliant bit of kit. Snug him up. Drive them home, 2 is enough. Right, do I cut this then, fold him over. Cut that, fold him round. Another staple behind there. One, pretty tight. Like I said, when all the load goes into it, everything will tighten up then. But we'll tighten up this one now, this front one, and that's job done. Finished then. It's on to put in some of the fence on then. Put it on top, it don't fall off. Tighten him up, put your leg against it. Take out some one more staple in. I'm happy with that. Like I said, sometimes I just leave them slack and do a windlass, but mostly do that when I'm tensioning something. There we are, I'm happy with that. You stick a bit of earth back on there if you want, and just pack it all back in, tamp it down. Sometimes I do, well mostly I do. Fill it all in that I done for cutting everything. But that's alright, that's not going no way. So I'll show you how I cut the top of the post. I'll cut them down to size when I'm ready. Right, this is how I bevel the top. The back edge of the chainsaw on the top edge. Otherwise you'd rip all the pieces down, all the chunks down, heading all the way around. But something like that, can't get it neater. But like that, I see what it looked like. But I could have gone down a bit lower or a bit higher if you want to get it level, the wire. But that don't matter at all. But there we are. I think you'll agree that's pretty neat. And that's the old traditional way of setting strainers. That's not going nowhere, let me tell you. When that all loads up now in the ground, no movement at all. You see the earth I'm pushing? That's got it. Could paint it or whatever. Check it with oil on it, old engine oil, or creosote. Want to do it all right, creosote there. I'll be honest with you. You can just put an end cap on there, or lots of creosote down there, and just the exposed parts. All the rest is tannalised, and it'll last for years, that will. Well, I hope this video helped, you know what I mean? I know it's a bit long and it got some details on it. I'm just digging holes and everything, but it's all got to be right to do it this way. Like I said, I've done this for a long time. I've always been putting fences up, and I've been trying to get them as good as I can the old-fashioned way, or traditional way. I know there is older ways again than this, with stakes and all different stuff. But this is just a good old-fashioned way, as I keep saying, of how to set up a straining post, or how to put up a straining post. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll carry on with the fence now. Please don't subscribe. Thanks for watching. Cheers.